Now back door here is Luke West. Apologies for the technical difficulties. Now at the line will be Parker Snedeker. He hit a three-pointer in the first quarter. Camden Broadhead will come in. And wardrobe malfunction or blood or something with Derek Peterson. Yep, blood on his arm. And now checking in is number 22, Brady Peterson, a sophomore. I'm guessing they're somehow related. So just to catch you up on things, Logan Brimhall with 6 points in the first quarter. Camden Broadhead with 3 as that free throw goes in for Snedeker. And a steal and a layup by Owen Bagley. And that brings Bingham within 4. And then Fotheringham, 5 points in the early going. Broadhead will step through and he'll lay it up and in. He's now got 5. Now here's Snedeker for 3. Got it. Parker Snedeker, his second triple of the game. He has 8 points. And now it's a 3-point lead for Lone Peak. Tries to go over to Brimhall and it's taken away. Here is Luke West. He'll lay it up and it just rounds out. Cole Caton to Brimhall. Guarded by Snedeker. Tried to go to Broadhead. Taken away. Snedeker has been really good defensively. And a foul on Brimhall. Fotheringham comes back into the ball game, as does Saxon Young. Now Bagley will bring it into the front court for Bingham. Good move there by Peterson, and a little too short on the layup. Now here's Fotheringham. He gets it back. And he travels. So turnover, Lone Peak. Bingham with a chance to tie the game or get within 1. Snedeker to Bagley. Lays it up. Good is Luke West. And they give him the and one as Saxon Young picks up the personal. So they count the bucket. And Luke West has had himself a game so far. Fresh off of reaching the 1,000-point career mark as a minor. And that one rolls in as well, completes the three-point play. He has 11 points unofficially here in the first half. And we're all tied up at 24. Here's Young. They're taking their time. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Now here's Hughes in the high post. Goes to Broadhead. Blocked from behind by Peterson. And they whistle him for a foul. Brady Peterson. There's a lot of young talent on both of these teams. As I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the starting lineup pretty much is all juniors except for Jaden Hughes for Lone Peak. And a lot of the role players for Bingham are sophomores and freshmen that are getting minutes, which will bode well in the years to come. Following the career of Luke West and Parker Snedeker. And Broadhead hits both free throws. Here's Bagley. Snedeker for three. No good. Rebounded by Hughes. Out ahead to Broadhead. He'll lay it up and in. Great pass there by Saxon Young to Camden Broadhead. And now it's a 4-point lead. A 4-0 run here for the Knights. Snedeker in the high post. Nails it. And back door to Fotheringham, and he almost slammed it in. Threw it maybe just a little too far away from him where he had to reach farther back to throw it down. Good spin move there by West, but couldn't get anything out of it. And Fotheringham loses his headband. And Peoples takes it away. And throws it out of bounds. And now they let Fotheringham go get his headband. And now coming back in is Gonsalves and Edmonds. As Brady Peterson and Denzel Peoples will take a breather. 1:11 to go here in the opening half of the final game, final day of the Corner Canyon Tournament of Champions. Here's Caton. Saxon Young fires for three, and he's fouled. And that's on Bagley. Some of you may watch that and think, oh, maybe he might have sold that a little bit. He maybe did, but Bagley closing out too much. On a shooter, you don't want to close out too much. You don't want to get into that bubble to even risk potentially getting called for a foul on a three-point shot. Second one, good. And it looks like Logan Brimhall is going to come in for Young. And he gets that one to go. So 2 out of 3 on that trip. And it's 30-26, Lone Peak. Good basketball game so far. A battle of two teams that are going to contend for the 6A state title. Here's Luke West. Got it at the top. As they go into a zone defense is Lone Peak. Now here's Snedeker. 10 on the shot clock. kick it out. And he's just going to hold it for the shot clock violation or backcourt violation, what they call it at. But 21 seconds now on the game clock. Shot clock turned off. Now Jaden Hughes will come out. Young will come in for the final play of the quarter and the half. Now here's Young trying to blitz him. They're looking for the double team. Now here's Caton. 5 on the clock. 4, 3 from the volleyball line. Short, and Young will fire it up again, but after the horn. And that's the end of the first half. Lone Peak takes a 30-26 lead to the locker room. We'll come back in just a bit for the start of the second half, and we'll get you some numbers as well. You're watching Lone Peak Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Welcome back to the final day, final game of the Corner Canyon Tournament Champions. Trevor Allen here with you for Lone Peak Basketball on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com as Lone Peak holds a 4-point lead over the Bingham Miners. It'll be Bingham basketball coming out of the break. They're in the home white uniforms with Lone Peak in the road black. Here's Owen Bagley. Only 3 scores for Bingham in this entire game as Crew Fotheringham grabs the rebound. It's been Luke West with 11, unofficially. Parker Snedeker with 10. And Saxon Young for 3 gets things going. And Lone Peak goes back into the zone, but it's been Parker Snedeker and Luke West and Owen Bagley who've scored for Bingham. Now back out to West. Tries to answer, no good. Fotheringham again with the rebound. He'll kick it out ahead to Young. Pump fake. Guy goes by and short on the three-pointer. And there's a loose ball foul. And it's on Denzel Peoples. Now the officials are chatting and probably just confirming something. Snedeker dumped down to Peoples. He'll put it up. A little too strong on that, but there's also a foul called. And it's on Logan Brimhall. Denzel Peoples hits the first free throw. Now one too strong. Here's Fotheringham. Young with Peoples on his hip. Brimhall tries to go around the back, loses it, picks it back up. Now here's Young. Trapped in the corner, Brimhall, and a blocking foul called on Snedeker. With 4 seconds on the shot clock, that's a tough foul to take. Fotheringham guarded by Snedeker. Only been 4 scorers for Lone Peak in this one as they try to go back door. And Broadhead is able to collect it. Instead of getting the alley-oop, he at least gets the lay-in. He's in double figures. Once again, unofficially. Now here is Snedeker for 3, and he gets it to go! The triple and the foul. Foul is on Fotheringham. So count the three-pointer, which is the 3rd of the game for Snedeker. Now he's got a chance at a 4-point play to bring the Miners within 4. And he completes the 4-point play. Coming into this game, both Luke West and Parker Snedeker average 20-plus points per game. And for Lone Peak, it's Saxon Young who has the ball. He'll shoot a 3, and he gets that one to go. 2 threes coming out of the break for Saxon Young as Izzy Engel will take a full timeout. And then just to finish the thought, the other double-digit scorer is Crew Fotheringham. We'll go ahead and step aside for a moment. Be back after this. It'll be Bingham basketball coming out of the timeout, following a 3-pointer from Saxon Young to extend the Lone Peak lead to 7. Young with 2 3-pointers already in this third quarter, and we're just over 3 minutes gone by here in the third quarter. Here's Snedeker. As the Knights stay in the zone, it seems to be working against this high-powered Bingham offense. And there's a foul on the ground. That's on Jaden Hughes. Snedeker, guarded by Young, goes to the rim, and now he's holding his head on the ground. That can't be good. He does get the bucket to go. And he gets up and he's taken away by the Corner Canyon trainers. So now they're going to have to make a substitution as he's over on the trainer's table. Hopefully he's okay. And now the Bingham trainer attends to him. And they're going to bring in Gonsalves. The junior will come in for Snedeker. Only 3 guys have scored for Bingham, 4 now, with Peoples hitting a free throw. But it's been Luke West and Parker Snedeker for the most part for Bingham, as they have been so far this season. Here's Saxon Young for Lone Peak. And Coach Stratman is very upset. And play on. Here's Fotheringham. He'll put it up and he's fouled as Bagley hits him on the shoulder on the way up. Fotheringham will go to the foul line. And it looks like Edmonds and Brady Peterson will come in. Coming out is Derek Peterson and Bagley. And in and out on that one. Here's Peoples. Mid-range 2. No good, and now Saxon Young is on the ground. As he's touching his eye and wincing a little bit. But he gets up, and all is good. And Snedeker's still being checked out by the trainers. Now there's Peterson. Peoples. Gonsalves to West in the corner. No good. Brim Hall on the rebound. And now here comes Saxon Young. Dump down to Broadhead. Too strong on that bunny. And there's a foul on the floor. Each team with 4 team fouls as we hit the halfway point of the third quarter. And Coach Izzy Engel is having a conversation with one of the officials. I think he was saying that one of the Bingham players was holding one of his players on that inbound. Play on here. And Snedeker's back into the game. All of a sudden he just checks back in and he's not over on the scores table and he seems fine. And that's good news for Bingham. As there's a jump ball. Alternating possession will go to Lone Peak. Cole Caton will come in for Jaden Hughes. Now here's Young as they put on some pressure. He's got it back, guarded by Snedeker. And it blocked away by Snedeker on that three-point attempt. Now Peoples has it. And Coach Stratman wants a timeout. It's a 30-second. We'll keep it here. Smart move as there was 28 seconds on the shot clock, which another 3 seconds go by. That's a 10-second violation. But great defense there by Denzel Peoples. With exactly 3.5 to go here in the third quarter. Bingham scheduling difficult teams to start the season, especially non-region, as a team who was picked to finish first in Region 2 preseason coaches poll by the Deseret News. Lost to Timpview at home by 17 in the opener. And then they beat American Fork at AF on the road by 4. And then beat Olympus at home in overtime, 80-79. And then here at the Corner Canyon Tournament of Champions, Rock Canyon from Colorado beat them 75-69. And then last night, Lehigh, Bingham was able to pick up a win, 68-63. So 3-2 on the year for the Miners. But they've got one of the best duos in the state. And Snedeker and as Gonsalves went sky high on that dunk, but couldn't get it to go. And then for Lone Peak, they lost at Layton Christian Academy in the opener by 8. Beat Pleasant Grove on the road by 30. Beat Springville at home by 11. Beat Meridian of Idaho to start the Tournament of Champions as Brimhall turns it over. Here comes Snedeker to Peterson. He'll lay it up, and just not enough on that one. Coach Stratman and it looks like they call the foul on Peterson. And then for the Tournament of Champions for Lone Peak, they beat Meridian 67-27. They were up 30-1 at the end of the first quarter. And then they beat Mountain View of Idaho last night 61-60 in a very good basketball game. Brimhall is at the foul line as Coach Stratman from Bingham is very animated in his conversation with the official. And Brimhall hits the first free throw. And he connects on both. 8-point lead for Lone Peak. West, as the Knights stay in the zone. Edmonds drives to the bucket. Broadhead thought he got all ball. They call the foul. Both teams well in the bonus. And the first free throw is good by Edmonds. Carson Edmonds, a sophomore. And he hits both, and now he'll come out as Brady Peterson, a sophomore, will check in for him. Now here's Cole Caton. In the high post to Brimhall as Bingham's also in his zone. And Luke West collects. Snedeker in the high post to Peterson to Gonsalves. In the corner to Snedeker for three. Got it! Parker Snedeker from downtown. His second triple of the quarter. And his fourth of the ball game. Brings the Miners within three. Young goes into the paint, lays it up, no good. Logan Brimhall on the offensive rebound. Now back to Young, fresh shot clock. And now Young is dribbling the ball while Coach Engel is getting his guys in place for the next play. And we have an offensive foul on Crew Fotheringham. So we hit the 1 minute mark here, left in the third quarter. Snedeker in the corner, guarded by Fotheringham, drives into the paint, kicks out, and now there's a foul on Fotheringham again. And that's three fouls on Fotheringham. Izzy Engel with a decision. I mean, obviously you probably don't take him out now because they're going to go on offense as Snedeker hits the first free throw. Oh, he does come out. And Tanner Schwartz will come in. There's Brimhall. Deflected. And they say it out of bounds, and it'll be Bingham basketball. Here's Luke West. About a half a second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Now they bring the blitz. Here's Snedeker. Back to West. See if they bring the double again. Changing up the defense now. They're in man-to-man. Snedeker over Young. Rolls out. Peterson on the board. Puts it up, no good. Tip, no good, and that's the horn. Lone Peak with a 1-point lead heading into the fourth quarter. Back with the fourth quarter after this. High school basketball on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. Brought to you by Tab Bank. Home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. And also brought to you by UCCU. Love where you bank. Trevor Allen here with you, along with rising golf star Hudson on the camera. He's been here all day just like me. Gonsalves lays it up and in. Good pass. Gonsalves is on the board. And Fotheringham, offensive foul. That's his fourth personal. That's a big foul to start the fourth quarter. And now Fotheringham is limping a little bit. And that was good defense by Snedeker, by the way. Taking that charge. Now here's Peterson. Now to Snedeker. To Peoples. Lone Peak remains in the zone. Peterson in the high post. Kick out to Peoples. Dumps down to Gonsalves. Reverse layup and good. Back-to-back buckets for Logan Gonsalves. Off the bench for Bingham. And the Miners have a 3-point lead now. Fotheringham. Guarded by Peoples. Skips it over to Schwartz in the corner. No good. Peterson over to West for three. Too strong. Saxon Young on the rebound. Broadhead sets a screen. Now to Fotheringham. He's got Peoples on him. Now to Schwartz inside to Broadhead. Kick out, Young, deep three. No good. And here comes Snedeker one-on-one with Broadhead. He'll go into the paint. Nothing there. Luke West on the offensive rebound. To Peterson for three. Can't get it to go. Now here's Young. And Coach Engel wants a timeout. And it's a full timeout. We'll be right back. Scratch that. That was a 30-second timeout. And as you look along the baseline, over here on the Bingham side, Coach Dan Lunt from Corner Canyon, and I think is throwing a kid out. And even the principal from Bingham is over there getting involved with that. Not sure what's going on. I've got a headset on, so I can't hear anything. And Hudson is locked in as well. He's hearing my voice. So, not sure if something was said. Maybe he said a bad word. Said something that wasn't nice. Just be nice, people. That's all we got to do. It's a basketball game. It's supposed to be fun. And we'll see if we get it settled here. But Coach Dan Lunt was very animated when talking to this student. And it looks like they are asking him to leave. Maybe it was a Lone Peak student? Because Bingham student section is over here. As you can see right there. Good work there by Hudson. That is their student section, and the incident happened on the opposite side. Anyway, we play on. Now here's Hughes. Young to Fotheringham. Going in the paint is Cole Caton, and he's fouled. Peterson was in a good position, but his arms came down. If you're a rising big man in basketball and you want to be a good defender, make sure your arms stay straight vertical. If you do that, it's hard for the officials to call a foul on you as long as you don't get into the bubble, if you will, of the offensive player. Gonsalves will come in for Peterson as Caton hits the first free throw. And that one's too strong. Snedeker. 2-point lead for Bingham. And it looks like they've gone into a man-to-man as Lone Peak. Luke West tries to go to Bagley. Goes over his head, deflected. And it looks like Jaden Hughes is on the ground. Maybe got hit in the gut or something. You hear the booing because the kid who was allegedly kicked out is over in a different area now. Anyway, as Andrioli is fouled out on the break. And Peoples picks up his second team foul on the Miners. Brimhall against Bagley, goes into the paint, puts it up, and he's fouled. And that's 4 personals on Bagley. So you got 4 on Fotheringham for Lone Peak. You got 4 on Bagley for Bingham as Brimhall hits the first free throw. Has a chance to tie the game. Just under 5 to go here in this one. And he gets it. All knotted up at 44 apiece here. Just under 5 to go. Bagley, they bring a double team. Now they go to Gonsalves, to Peoples. Kick out Snedeker for 3. And it's good. Parker Snedeker. He has 24 points in this one, unofficially. And gives the Miners a 3-point lead. He's been fantastic tonight. Saxon Young. He'll go into the paint. Blocked. And now a foul on Skylar Andrioli. Which isn't a bad foul to take because it's in transition. Get a chance to set your defense. They're not in the penalty. Now here's Bagley. Looks like they're going to bring a double team, and now Saxon Young. It's called for a foul. He got away with one, though. You're not supposed to be like throwing the ball like that when you get called for a foul. And now the official was saying it was on 3. He wasn't even near the play. But now they end up correcting it. It's on Saxon Young, his 3rd personal. 3 team fouls apiece. Bingham with 4 timeouts. Lone Peak with 3. West, deep 2. Rims out. And here comes Cole Caton. Hands off to Young as they will take their time. Bingham back into their man-to-man defense. 3:40 to go. Young to Caton for 3. And they're going to say an offensive foul, a moving screen. And a substitution, Peterson will come in. Derek Peterson. That's the 4th team foul on Lone Peak. And now Crew Fotheringham will head to the scores table for the Knights. Luke West, good spin move. Goes back door to Peterson, to Peoples in the corner. Snedeker, he'll fire for 3 off the front of the rim. And it's tipped out, and there's a flop warning, I believe on Cole Caton. Yes, it is. So there's no personal foul given on a flop warning. You just wait until the play is pretty much over, in which they were going to reset. Bingham was. So it's just going to be Bingham basketball, but a flop warning on Cole Caton. Izzy Ingles saying that it's their ball. It wasn't. They always say for a flop warning, it could be a late call as long as it doesn't ruin a play. Like for the team that doesn't have the flop warning, if they have the ball and like keep playing and all that stuff, like they have a rebound or a layup, you don't call it until after the play. So it's Bingham basketball over here on the near side to Peoples as Fotheringham is checked back in. Gonsalves open for 3, rolls out. And Fotheringham controls. Saxon Young for 3, hits it! Saxon Young has come alive here in the second half. His 3rd triple of the game, all in the second half. And we're tied at 47. Gonsalves. Now to Luke West, rolls it off the glass and in. Good move there by Luke West. That's his first bucket of the second half. Here's Young. Now into the post with Fotheringham, guarded by Snedeker. Now he'll go over with the left-handed hook, no good, tipped, and it's deflected out of bounds. It'll be Lone Peak basketball, the fresh shot clock. 2:05 to go. 2-point lead for Bingham. Now they'll throw it out to Fotheringham. One-on-one with Snedeker. Fotheringham, he'll go up, and that's an offensive foul, and that's it for Crew Fotheringham. His night is done. And Crew Fotheringham, that's a tough call to make. And Bingham wants a timeout, full timeout. And Coach Ingle wants a flop. But that's it for Fotheringham. That's tough with 1:55 to go. That the best player for Lone Peak is out of the ball game. Unofficially, Fotheringham finishes with 8 points. But Saxon Young, Logan Brimhall have also carried the load. Young unofficially with 17 points. And Brimhall with 10. Broadhead with 11. Again, when I was an official for 5 years at the high school level, the block charge call was the one I hated the most. Hated making that call. Because it's so tough to make it on a bang-bang play. Like in real time, it's hard but like in college and in the NBA, you can go back on instant replay and look at it and all that stuff, and you could challenge it. Can't do that at the high school level. It's a very tough call to make, which is why I'm glad I'm not the one down there blowing the whistle. I honestly don't know if it was the right call. But either way, Fotheringham's night is done. Finishes with 8 points. And I'm sure he was dang near double figures in rebounding. Now here's Snedeker. So he'll just hold it to try and chew the clock with a 2-point lead. Says Bingham has 4 timeouts. I don't think they do. I think they have 3. Gonsalves, he'll fire for 3. That one's up wide right. Kick back out to Luke West. They're going to double him. Now to Peoples, and a foul on Brimhall. And that'll send Peoples to the free throw line as they're in the bonus. Peoples hits the first free throw. That's a big one. Trying to make it a 2-possession game. And he does. Saxon Young. Guarded by Peoples. Young, step back 3. I think it was deflected, but Cole Caton comes in and gets the offensive rebound and put back, and a timeout by Coach Ingle. We'll keep it here, 56.1 to go. And I think I'm looking over at the scores table, and they're looking at the timeout situation. There we go. They have it fixed now. I was going to say, Bingham's had 4, and then Coach Stratman called a timeout when Fotheringham fouled out. So 3 timeouts remaining for Coach Stratman and Bingham, and 2 timeouts remaining for Lone Peak and Coach Ingle. Tonight's game brought to you by Tab Bank, home of the Tab Spend Rewards checking account with 3.5% annual percentage yield on your account balance and 1% cash back on eligible purchases. It's a big deal. Member FDIC. And also brought to you by UCCU, love where you bank. Enter a chance to win a Jeep. I know Hudson would want to win a Jeep. Another thing to carry his golf clubs in. A future PGA Tour star running camera for us tonight. Big thank you to him. Been here all day as we did the Davis Mountain Vista game, as well as the Mountain View from Idaho against Orem game, and then this one tonight. Now to trigger is Snedeker. Throws it deep to Peoples. And it's caught. And he's fouled. And Saxon Young gets a technical. That's big. That's a big, big call. I don't know what was said. And that means he's fouled out from that technical because they end up starting a timer. So he picked up his fourth on that one, and then the technical is another personal foul. That means he's out of the game. That's a big call, too. So I think that's 4 free throws here for Peoples, or at least for Bingham. So he'll shoot 2 for the fouls, or for the foul, and then someone else will shoot for the technicals as well, as Denzel Peoples hits the first one. That might have just decided this ball game. That's a big call. Game-changing call. As it's now a 2-possession game, 4-point lead. Snedeker will shoot the technical free throws. That one rolls out. He does get the second one, though. So after all that, 5 points. Well, a 5-point lead, and with the 2 leading scorers for Lone Peak on the bench and who have fouled out of the game. And Saxon Young and Crew Fotheringham. Logan Brimhall. And Logan Brimhall. And that's his 5th. 3 Lone Peak players have fouled out of the game. That's unbelievable. That is wild. Pretty much the top 3 scorers on Lone Peak's team have fouled out of the game. And now Tanner Schwartz is going to come in. And Peoples will shoot free throws. He misses the first. And Izzy Engel is having a very animated conversation with the official. And it's the same official who called a foul on Fotheringham, who teed up Saxon Young. And Logan Brimhall was trying to foul, so he did foul out. Like, that, it was a foul. They were trying to do it on purpose as Cole Caton can't get it, and it's Bingham basketball on a turnover. Now here's Bagley to Luke West. And timeout by Lone Peak. Coach Engel is livid. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside, be back for the final 43.4. 43.4 to go. Bingham with a 6-point lead. Still possible, but Luke West, who's one of the top leading scorers on the team and in the state, is at the free throw line. And that one rolls out, so there's still hope. Coach Engel has one timeout remaining. And Brady Peterson will check in for Snedeker. As West hits the second one. And Braden James will come in, the freshman. And Caton, no good. Hughes on the rebound, tries to get it. Now Braden James tries to collect it. Andrioli has it now, and he'll go off the glass, and a foul. 30 seconds to go. 7-point lead, 3-possession game for Bingham. And that is 5 on Derek Peterson. So his night is done. And as they use the timer that they get, I think 15 seconds, Luke West will come back in. Andrioli, too strong on the free throw. And he hits the second one. 30 seconds exactly. And now they go to Braden James. He'll lay it up and in. Braden James, the freshman. And we'll see if it's on the ground or if it counts. Oh, they're going to shoot 2. Peoples picks up his third. Jaden Hughes will go to the line for 2. Can't get that one to go. And Coach Stratman's emptying his bench. He's got sophomores and freshmen in the game now. Number 12, Cam Roundy, a sophomore. Number 4, Joe Applegate, also a sophomore. Braden James, a freshman. Carson Edmonds, a sophomore. And Brady Peterson, a sophomore, as they get the offensive board and fouled again with an 8-point lead. And Jordan Calhoun will check in for Braden James, making it all 5 players are sophomores on the floor right now. And that one goes in for Andrioli. Now here's Edmonds. He'll bring it up the floor with 10 seconds to go. Shot clock turned off. And Andrioli with a pretty good shove right there. And now the coaches are arguing. And now Dan Lunt and Rob Kurtzen are getting involved. Izzy Engel and one of the Bingham assistants were jawing at each other after that Andrioli push, and it looks like they did call an intentional foul. And Edmonds hits both. Lone Peak will drop to 4-2 on the season. They will go to Orem on Tuesday, the 9th. Meanwhile, Bingham will improve to 4-2, and they'll be at Davis next Tuesday. So there's a lot of really good basketball games on Tuesday. Edmonds is going to keep it in the backcourt. Now they're bringing it across, and that'll do it. The Bingham Miners pick up a 60-51 win over the Lone Peak Knights. Great basketball game. Some critical calls at the end, and some extracurricular activity kind of put a little bit of a damper on it, but still a good basketball game on a Saturday night. That'll do it for Hudson on the camera. I'm Trevor Allen. Final score, Bingham 60, Lone Peak 51. We'll catch you next time for a high school basketball game on the Rewind Sports Network, on your exclusive streaming home of high school championships in Utah, KSLSports.com. Good night.